Hi guys, I want to explain to you what happens when there's a shortage in the gasoline market. You can follow along if you flip to page 140 in your textbook. So we have here a usual downward sloping demand curve and a usual upward sloping supply curve. So this supply curve is a dotted line or dashed line because we want you to notice that when the supply curve shifts, and you can still see where the original supply curve is. So the initial equilibrium price is at $1 and the quantity is at 85, and this is in millions, so 85 million liters per month. Let's suppose there's a decrease in supply. Something happened in the Middle East, and there's a shortage of supply for gasoline. Then you would see that the supply curve will shift to the left. So in a second, I'm going to show you. It will shift to the left just like that. So you can see now that the new supply curve, denoted S1, corresponds to this table right here. At each price, different price level right here, you can see that the core quantity demanded corresponding to this demand curve right here, and this data right here, the numbers corresponds to the new supply curve. Notice that when before the decrease of the supply curve, or the supply of gasoline, the equilibrium is right here. And notice after the shift, with the same price at $1, the supply is now supplying at 55, but the demand is at 85. So you can see that there's a shortage of 30, and you can see that on the table as well, where quantity demanded is at 85 million, the supply is at 55 million, and there's a difference of 30 million, which means that people are willing to pay at $1, but there isn't enough to go around. So normally when there's a shortage of supply, what happens is that um, consumers will start bidding up the price, and the price will increase, and it will bring you back to this new equilibrium at $1.20, supplying at quantity 75 million. But let's say the government has fixed the price. This is what we're learning at 6.1. Has fixed the price, and the price is at $1. So suppliers cannot set the price higher than that, and so they're only willing to supply 55 million. So what does that say about demand? Demand stays the same, and you can see at 55 million, if you come up here, you can see that some buyers or consumers are willing to pay $1.60. Treat this demand curve as a marginal benefit curve. If you look from the quantity and you go all the way up, you can see that people are willing to pay $1.60, which they can't. So they end up still buying $1, but then they can't get, they might not be able to get the gasoline they needed. So in conclusion, this is not a stable equilibrium. In the long term, there will be some adjustments to make sure that people are getting the quantity demanded, or be able to supply at a higher price. But in this time, with this example, right now, if there's a fixed price, this is what will happen if price is lower than the equilibrium price.